Hi, my name is Daryl, and this is another Fit Tip of the Day. Continuing on with my discussion of the controversial nutrient fat, today I would like to discuss the different types of fat and oils. Triglycerides are found in the food we eat. They are referred to as triglycerides because they contain one glycerol molecule attached to 3 fatty acid groups. The characteristic of each fat is determined by the length and molecular makeup of each fatty acid. The glycerol molecules contains 3 hydroxyl groups depicted as OH. And the fatty acid molecule has a long hydrocarbon chain, a single carboxyl group, and it's known as COOH. The double perpendicular lines joining the carbon and the oxygen represent a double bond and a sharing of electrons between the 2 atoms. I am presenting the chemistry of fats so that you can get a better understanding of the 2 fats known as saturated and unsaturated. Fats are composed of mostly hydrogen atoms, eliminating the double bonds, making the compound more collected. Saturated fats are usually a solid visible fat like butter, animal fat, cheese, lard, etc. When the double bonds are present, then there are no extra hydrogens binding, so the fat is more loosely configured. This is known as an unsaturated fat. Unsaturated fats is more in a form of liquid like vegetable oil, olive oil, safflower oil, so on. Though saturated fats has been labeled as the bad guy in nutrition, the body still needs good saturated fats to function properly, as well as it does need unsaturated fats. There has been a lot of research done on medium-chain triglycerides versus long-chain triglycerides. The research shows that the medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, are easier to digest because of their carbon atom configuration. MCTs contain 8 to 12 carbon atoms in their chain. Long-chain triglycerides contain 12 or more carbon atoms in their bonds. LCTs are harder to digest than medium-chain triglycerides, making MCTs a better choice to take in. Years ago, we didn't have to worry about the damaging effects of fats, saturated or unsaturated. It was the creation of food processing that destroyed the stability of fat in our food. Most of the oils that we consume have been tampered by processing methods. The typical vegetable oil has been bleached, destroyed by high temperatures, mixed with chemicals, and damaged by food processing methods. What is left from all the abuse is a toxic substance that the body can't digest. Through food processing, a new toxic compound has been developed. That toxic compound is known as trans fatty acids. Trans fatty acids are in just about every processed food made in America. Ever since the conception of trans fatty acids in the food supply, the rate of heart disease and strokes have been skyrocketing, making heart disease the #1 cause of death in America. Consumers must be cautious when selecting oils and consuming packaged foods that contain fat. Many of the oils in packaged foods contain hydrogenated fat. Hydrogenated simply means cooked at extreme heat. It is best to find organic reduced processed fat. The best fat is the fat that is non-hydrogenated. Be sure to read the label to see that there is no trans fatty acids in the mixture. For those of you who bodybuild and want to cut up for a show or get as much definition as possible, I would recommend looking at MCT oil. Many people have a tough time digesting fat and oils. This is because most of the fats that are consumed fall into the long-chain triglyceride category. However, MCT oil is a medium-chain triglyceride that contains 6 to 10 carbon atoms. The nice thing about MCTs is that they don't have to hang around long in the digestive pathway. They get to move right through the digestive process faster and easier than the long-chain triglycerides. MCTs bypass the conversion through the intestinal wall and go right into the liver where they are quickly oxidized. Another benefit of MCT oil is that they don't require the amino acid L-carnitine to get delivered to the mitochondria. They go directly to the mitochondria to produce energy. Since this process is better than the lingering effect of long-chain triglycerides, MCT oil is considered a fat-burning fuel because it does not store in the fat stores of the body. It gets metabolized and provides energy to the body. In a way, MCT oil acts like a carbohydrate in that it supplies a surge in energy without an insulinary effect. Many bodybuilders who use MCT oil feel an abundant energy during their workouts and are able to maintain their muscle mass and have a lower body fat percentage through their training. When MCT oil is in the system, glycogen stores are spared so that there is no drop in energy due to the drop in blood sugar, making MCT oil a beneficial fat to consume. Though MCT oil is safe, it is still considered a supplement and should be taken with caution. It is not advised that diabetics consume MCT oil. This is because MCT oil will produce ketones and acidosis, two things that diabetics don't want. MCT oil should be introduced slowly. Ingesting small amounts at first and then gradually increasing the intake over time is the best way to take MCT oil. It should be taken with a well-rounded nutrition plan and never be taken on an empty stomach. If you consider taking MCT oil, please consult a professional before doing so. If you have any questions regarding today's video blog, please send me an email. You can find my email on my website at www.darylconant.com. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.